I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute, salute, salute. So the Knicks win 9 in a row. What? I have to whip out the joint, man. I have to whip out the joint. Yo, I have to say it, bro. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Salute to my peoples. Fritz Alcindor, Cowboy Bob is in the building. Ismail Rivas, Miguel P, East Blue Drew is in the building. NY Links, the son of the legend. And our big brother, Kerry Cox, is in the building. The R&B sensation DSJ is in the building. DSJ, I really enjoyed that show we did the other night, bro. That show we did the other night on Vibes was epic, bro. Kareem Grant is in the building. Salute to everybody watching us on X. Salute to y'all. We done made it 9 in a row. Brahim is in the building. So Brahim is in the building. Salute. Salute. I know we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Ismail Rivas is in the building. Salute, my brother. Jeremy's in the building. Salute, salute, man. Y'all get in here. Y'all get in here so we can talk that talk. Cowboy Bob, what's good, bro?
Happy as heck. We won. I'm happy. And I agree with Coach with a lot of he said about our bench. And I think that we are on the right way. It's been a long time. We shouldn't let you without a dope beat to step you. That's all I gotta say. I really am happy how this team is.
All right. Fritz, Cowboy Bob said he happy, bro. What's going on, Fritz?
I'm doing good. We got 9 straight. That's Tom Thibodeau's record.
Yeah. 9 in a row is a lot of games to win in a row, bro.
Mm-hmm.
9 in a row, you're vibing, bro. 9 in a row, it seems like you're in that mode where nobody can beat you. Now, you can be beat, right? But you're confident that you can just about go up against anybody. Yo, I hear that little ditty. That must be our guys backstage.
Good morning, Knicks fans.
That must be it.
Check it out.
Yeah, Coach.
Coach, what's good, Coach?
I love you, Coach.
I love you too, brother.
You like the older dad that always spit straight facts. You and the both of y'all.
Are there any other kind of dads besides older dads? Much love, everybody. I'm really excited about this team, bro. I've been saying this since the beginning. Best starting lineup in the league.
Yeah.
That's why we're winning games. And we showed today how good the other 4 are, even without Brunson. Yeah.
I'm actually and we won against Utah, given how well they played against us with Brunson, that goes to show you that we can make a proper adjustments as a team. But I do agree with what you said when we were doing playback about we need a bench player that can actually help us out.
Let's
Because
talk about tonight's game first, though, before
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Hate Fest start. Let's at least be positive for like at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But before we start talking about trade Mitch, because I already know how these trade Mitch.
I ain't saying that. We need Mitch back.
I ain't even want to hear that, bro. To be honest, bro, the Knicks won 9 in a row. And what happened is Thibodeau outcoached Will Hardy so bad that all the adjustments Will Hardy made during the game, y'all didn't even talk about them. Y'all ain't even talk about the split actions he ran. Y'all didn't even speak about how Will Hardy was running actions out of a pick and roll set to throw off the defense, but OG Anunoby was zoning up between, like when OG Anunoby was uncertain, he zoned up between two players. That way, wherever the important player was, OG went with that player. There was a lot of stuff that happened tonight, bro. A lot of stuff happened tonight. If the 3-pointer was going, if the Knicks 3-pointer was going, bro,
we would have scored 140.
Yeah. And we did all of that. Like we held a team, like we legit held a team to 103. Guess how many, Cowboy Bob, do you know how many shots the Utah Jazz took tonight?
I'm gonna guess 82.
They took 96 shots. The Utah Jazz almost took 100 shots against us in a regulation game, bro. Like anytime you get over 90, that's a ton of shots. But 96, bro, they was coming for our throat, bro, but they kept missing. They Fritz, they the blind vampire, bro. They want blood, but they can't find the neck, bro. That's what they were like. They legit were out for blood and couldn't find the neck, right? Like coach, you ever, and I know you don't know anything about medicine and medical stuff, bro, but you ever had to get get your blood drawn and you get like the medical person that can't find the vein?
Oh, man.
You ever had
I
that
hate
happen to you,
those.
You ever had that happen to you? That's what Utah was like tonight. And it was because everything new that they tried to whip out on us, we had answers for it. And we made it look so easy that nobody even noticed that Tibbs was outfoxing the guy across from him. Yeah. I think at some point we got to give Tom Thibodeau credit. We want to give the players credit, right? Want to give the players credit, but it's not fair to give the players all the credit when we win and blame the coach when we lose, right? It's not always fair to do that, right? It's not. I think tonight, coach. Tibbs inverted him starting Cameron Payne. Crucial, right? Because even with Cameron Payne, even though his shot wasn't now, mind you, remember Cameron Payne was getting his minutes cut before this game. Remember the game leading up to this, Cameron Payne was getting his minutes cut. And tonight he started, and all of a sudden, Deuce has an injury.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's about, right? But the Knicks, but everybody in the world thought Deuce was starting, right? Cameron Payne starting. All of a sudden, Deuce is hurt.
They even put it out in the PR, like the starting lineup.
Yep.
They put Deuce in there for the starting lineup.
Yep. And then Cameron Payne starts, and now Deuce is hurt. Right now, I'm not saying there's something shady there. What I'm saying is Cameron Payne, while he's not a better offensive player than our starting point guard, he's a threat on the floor, coach. Like Cameron Payne being out there, he's a threat on the floor. So
can't leave him open.
You can't double cat. You can't shade towards Bridges when he gets in the mid range. You can't post a person at the rim so OG can't dunk. Right. So you got all of these things going on just by adding Cameron Payne to the lineup. Dad Greeny just made me thirsty, bro. I'm gonna move out of the way. I'm gonna let Coach get his off, and I'll be back. I'm gonna go get Greeny. What you drinking, Greeny?
Some Tito's and cranberry, baby.
Oh no, I can't find
with that Jameson.
I'm gonna go get some Sprite.
This guy got New Year's party still going.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not really a drinker. So I just try to, record something just to keep me in the mode. Knicks got to win. Happy New Year to the chat.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year's, chat.
Year's to the panel, everybody. Amidst blessings to everybody.
Coach, man, you got
Yeah,
the
man.
floor.
So, like, the thing is for me is, when you got Mikal Bridges already shown and been showing almost like to the T. It was like right when the last game, people were all up in arms about him. He's been just killing it ever since. And he's shown his value for us now. And he's been consistent with it. And then OG's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But I don't think this man has been talked about enough. And that's Josh Hart.
Oh my God. You're gonna make me pass out,
This
Coach.
dude, he's averaged like 11 or 12 rebounds a game over the last 8 games or something crazy. When we got a dude that's been getting the 18, 20 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So we can't. Like I said, we have the best start lineup in the league. And
Coach.
Because of that, we're getting away with things. And this isn't a but about the team. I'm so excited about the team. I'm so excited about the team because we are winning despite still trying to figure out what our rotation is. Because I'm sorry to say, it's the elephant in the room. We're all kumbaya and patting each other on the back and kissing the baby. Rainbows and unicorns and bubblegum. But Josh Hart played 45 minutes tonight. OG Anunoby played 40. Mikal Bridges played 44 minutes. Cam Payne played 35. Cat, I think, had like 37 or 38 minutes or something. I got to look again. These are all going by memory. Landry Shamet was a DMP in the second half. He didn't even play in the second half. We rolled with 2 subs in the second half, guys. So Tibbs does not trust something. A big ups to Kolek for stepping in and doing a couple little things. He's shown that in spot duty, he can be trusted to run the team for a few minutes a game.
Kolek was rolling.
Yeah.
He was rolling. I thought maybe he was going to keep him in there because he was rolling. And he was like, nope.
He pulled him so quick.
You're right back to the bench.
So, like, for me, my wanting to not settle for what we had, like, it's easy to say, oh, we're good with this because we haven't had the devastating injury to one of our starters. Like right now, it seems like we can handle it because we're getting by with what we got. And yes, DSJ made a point earlier. Freezy put his point on the board here about we won 9 in a row in a soft part of our schedule. Well, that's what I'm talking about. We won some of these games because we have better talent, period. Yeah, Tibbs is scheming up some stuff nice, and our offense is rolling, and our defense has been stepping up. Today, OG Anunoby, Lauri Markkanen was only 6 of 22 or something like that, 6 of 23 in the game. And I know y'all can see, if y'all watch that game, the talent that dude has. He can get his
6 of 22, 1 for 10 with 16 points.
There you go.
From 3.
And he torched us that first game. That dude can get a bucket on anybody in this league with the size, the height, weight, and his athletic ability. He can get his shot off on anybody. And OG just made him his biscuit and gravy.
Yeah, OG had a quiet 22 tonight. You didn't even feel like he had 22 points. He had 20. He was our second leader. He was our third leading scorer. It didn't even feel like that.
And that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all fall asleep on OG. His offense, when he dropped 40, everyone was happy. But now that you see that he can be used as a third option, giving you 20
Cowboy
plus.
Bob, you ain't got to tell us about. Come on, bro. You got to tell us about how good OG Anunoby is.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
Yo, that's what I keep telling y'all. OG Anunoby. You got to tell us, bro. We watch basketball, bro. Relax.
You right, You right, I'm sorry. I got a little bit ahead of myself.
I need, like I said, I'm just, and this isn't even a complaint. There's a difference between like, oh no, we're in trouble. If you think we're, I still think we're good enough as long as we get lucky and don't, because right now Tibbs is doing playoff minutes for our starters. Like this is what our starters going to play in the playoffs. So I know this team, when we have to play playoff minutes and we're playing our starters most of the time, we're better than most teams. And the word is the way. This comment right here. This is the time in our schedule. There's a reason why we got to wait with having Brunson take a break today. And if Deuce tweaked his hamstring, Tibbs has got to trust the rest of these guys that he's got on his team to take over the reins some games. I mean, didn't we win a game when Cat was out? Did we win that game?
Yes, we did, Coach. Yes, we did.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? Like that's a good take right there, bro. I didn't even think of that or talk about that.
Yeah, man. Hey, what about tonight's game though? Like, would you see that stood out from what you saw? What happened tonight though?
These dudes are offensively first. It's just the unselfishness. We're looking for that extra pass. They seem to just know where everyone is now. Like when they're going towards the rim or someone's closing out on them, like they already know where the other guy is. It's just the whole flow. Like we're getting great high percentage shots all the time.
Yeah, man.
Whether we're making them or not, that's what I've been seeing, and obviously, and I have been seeing even Brunson the last couple games. Brunson's been doing some good things on defense a few times.
Yeah,
this game, and Cat was doing some good rim protection and getting over. Like in this game, he didn't have to do it as much, but I've been just noticing just the things that have been happening with this team is what I've been saying all along from the beginning. What a team that's been playing together longer starts doing better at. That's what we're starting to see now. The communication, the knowing where my brother's at. I can count on him over here because I know he's going to be over here all the time. So that's what I see.
Yeah, I really liked. They were calling out a lot of mismatches. Like you saw OG. Who did OG post up? But OG had a mismatch. He called for the ball. They made sure they got it to him. We saw Cat do it a few times. But whenever there was a mismatch, the person called for the ball. They didn't just wait for someone to give it to her. Like, give me the ball. It looks like they were really hunting mismatches today.
I was also going to say that I liked how this team was when Tibbs made the adjustment with using OG on solely dang, I can't believe I forgot his name. Damn. Yeah, I really forgot his name. I've been a little bit messed up. But the way that they've been using the defensive OG and making it better, I really like that. But then also when you also look at how everyone was looking for the ball, like you said, Fred Chacinda, I was like, yo, this is really a good team. But we do need to work on our bench. OG's defense on how he was on damn, I can't believe I forgot his name. Sorry. I'm a little bit messed up right now. But the way how they were using it on
marketing.
thank you, Laurie. How they were using it on Laurie, how when Laurie was out the game, they would take OG out, and then everybody was able to feed off of that, and how everyone was able to use the playing. I really like that a lot. And the thing is what shows is this team has a lot of promise, whether Brunson is in or not. That's the thing that most people don't really pay attention to. The defense was there the entire game. Yeah, they were making shots, and yeah, we were making it struggle for them. But the fact that our defense was there when OG was on Laurie marketing, it was really impressive because the first game when Larry was playing against us, he was just doing whatever he wanted to. But the way that Tibbs was making his adjustments, I got to give him credit. And then on top of that, the way Cameron Payne was able to just go ahead and do what he had to do as far as helping out with the offense and as well as Champagne, I was really impressed with this team. But I do agree with you, coach, like you said on playback. We do need a defensive a secondary piece on the second team. But I'm really glad that we played the way we played, and I've been telling y'all since day one about Josh Hart. So I'm not even gonna sit here and boost about how well Josh Hart played, but I really think that this team just needs that one piece off the bench to where we're good because everybody showed up when our captain sat out. Everybody was ready to play. We were down and we came back. We fought back through our defense. We scored in transition a lot of points. Think about it. We had four straight plays where OG's defense against Larry Mullarkin, where he was pushing them in the right position to where Cameron Payne got a steal, to where we actually got 4 or 5 straight turnovers and we were able to score and get to the foul line. Even though they weren't calling fouls on that Cat was actually clearly getting fouled because you had Clarkson holding him by the wayside, and he didn't get the foul call, but he was following through the play. We learned a lot through this game, and I'm glad that Cat didn't sit there and was complaining about the foul calls, but he was following through the plays because when playoffs come, that's the and ones that we're gonna get. Those are the plays that his mindset is being used. And I was saying it in playback. I feel glad that this team with the starting five or whoever we have outside of Payne, we're actually playing through the play. We're not just going to sit there and wait for the calls because our mindset is to, hey, finish through the play. Let's get it done. And if we get the foul call, that's an and one. But even still, even if we miss the free throw, we're still good. So for me, I was really good at how Tibbs made sure that OG was locked in on Larkin. And I was also making sure I was really proud of how well he played defense because even coach said it, the way he was able to release the ball, OG was on him. He got 2 key blocks in like a matter of 3 seconds, like 3 plays real quick. OG blocked the ball, and I was like, yo, how did he get that one? Then the next play, they went back to Larkin. OG got the turnover, and you're like, yo, he really did make
Who was
sure that he
Larkin?
watched Phillies. Go ahead.
Larkin?
Yeah. Like the way that
Shane
OG
Larkin.
Yeah, the way that OG locked down Larkin, I'm impressed because we all knew that OG is a defensive player, but the way that he was watching film, the
Cowboy
way
Bob,
that
when you don't pronounce people's name right, people think you don't know basketball, bro.
I apologize, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when
Larry
you
Mullarkin.
they don't respect your basketball knowledge when you don't get the names right, bro.
It's
I
marketing.
apologize.
Marketing.
No.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Yes, when marketing was being deed by OG, the fact that Tibbs made sure that when marketing was off the court, OG was off the court. And marketing would come back on the court, he made sure OG was on him. And the thing is OG got a lot of his points from creating turnovers on marketing. And I gotta give him respect on how Tibbs was using the defensive setup because remember, we wasn't hitting a lot of 3 pointers, we wasn't hitting a lot of jump shots. But when we were attacking the rim, it was because OG's transition of the defense and even Josh Hart and even how Bridges was able to get his shot off. I value what Bridges is bringing offensively. Like everything in the like coach was saying about our starting team has been really good. But we need that bench player to solidify. And I don't think that how do I say this? I don't think that Precious Achua or McBride is the guy that can actually help us out. Payne has proven tonight to me to be the guy to step up when we need him to. We just need another player. and I value that. And what the Knicks showed tonight was we can win without our captain
That
being
man
there.
just linked 11 points together, coach. That man linked.
Yep, you just transitioned me right to my point.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
What I was gonna say. My point was what I was gonna say. I was very impressed with the point guard play tonight. What I seen. You had 15 assists between Kolick and Payne. They only took 11 shots combined. Everybody else in the starting lineup took more than 11 shots. That's what you want to see out of our point guards. You want to see them getting our offense initiated without the captain there. I was very happy with that.
How many assists did they have together? They had double-digit assists
Kolick,
together, though, right?
yeah, Kolick and Payne together had 13 assists. I'm sorry,
Wow.
13 assists.
I see
9 and 4, yeah, 13.
Yeah, I see your point, bro.
They had 13 assists. They only took 11 shots combined. When we all know Campaign takes a lot of shots, I feel like Campaign played his role perfect. He went from like a not a shoot first point guard to an offensive initiator.
Right.
Kind of worked pretty well. But I think our defense was our best offense tonight. Like we had so many points of transition. It just set up our offense so much easier. We didn't let the Jazz get back into defense and set, and Walker's not set in the paint. Cat taking him out of the paint. I think the point guard just played great tonight. Honestly,
I think so.
I think it started with the point guards, and if you want to go to the bench talk, I think Kolick needs more burn. We've seen Kolick is not a player for the D League. He's destroying people there. He needs burn with the big boys, and I think that might
leaves the question though. That leaves the question though. The question is, who deserves minutes? Who is he taking minutes from?
See, I don't think. That's a tough one because I don't think he'll be taking minutes from somebody. I think we're overusing people with minutes. Like, I don't think he'll be stealing somebody's minutes. If you get like, I don't like. I'm not trying to say like he's gonna take some time from somebody, but I feel like our players are playing too much. Like Josh Hart, 45 minutes. OG, 44 minutes. Mikal Bridges, 44 minutes. They played a lot of minutes tonight. When you had you could have. Yeah, you could have went to the bench and you could have had more bench guys in there to get in the game to get their feet wet. Like, so now when we need them to step up, they're ready to step up. We're not going to have them ready to step up if these guys is not getting wet. So it's like somebody got to take a loss on minutes. Somebody got to take 44 points. You can put that down to 32 and give those 8 to 10 minutes somewhere else.
That the question is who though.
I mean, I think it's situational, depending on the game. I don't think Kolick needs to play every game. I do want to see him play more games. I don't think he's a situational player. I just think it could be utilized a lot better from our coach. I don't know. Maybe you take campaign minutes and I like what we get from Cam.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Minutes.
Whose minutes you said?
Landry Shamet.
I like but I like Shamet too. I really like Shamet. Shamet plays some really good defense. He's a player that doesn't need to get shots to affect the game. He's a very good player off ball. Like he plays defense. Yeah, he's really good. It's just that Kolick gets our offense going in the second unit. Kolick was plus 11 tonight with 2 shots. Like he did his thing when he came in the game.
It was a nip.
It
was a nip and tuck game until Kolick entered. Remember, it was nip and tuck.
Yep, Jazz made a run. Kolick came in the game and pushed our lead back up to like 6-7, and we just rolled we just cruised on that 7-point lead until we boosted up to 16.
Yeah, we just rode the wave, bro.
Other than that, the only person that was good tonight was Achua.
Yeah,
Achua was pretty good. Plus 15, 12 points, 5 of 8, 13 minutes. 12 points in 13 minutes. You can't beat that. And Achua is not a scorer, so I'll take that from Achua. But the talk of the night is Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Who?
Josh Hart he's an animal. Like the last 2 games, Josh Hart has been on a tear.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to say is the Knicks are on a 9-game win streak. We got OKC on Wednesday. OKC is on a 12-game win streak.
On Friday?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. My days are mixed up. I'm sorry. Friday we got OKC, and they are on a 12-game win streak. They play tomorrow.
Yeah,
so it could be 13.
Hold up.
Yes.
Okay,
they are on a 12-game win streak.
They lost.
They are on a 12-game. No. I'm looking on ESPN right now. They're on a 12-game win streak.
They lost to the Bucks when it came to the championships.
Yeah, but I'm going off what ESPN got.
No, it's cool. I'm just saying because they lost to the Bucks, but everybody says because it's not a regular season, it was the in-season tournament. It doesn't count.
Yeah, the in-season championship game didn't count. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I see how that. Okay, I see that.
Salute, Mr. Lee.
Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Salute.
Appreciate you. Yeah, so the games that count, they have not lost. So both of y'all are right. They have not lost in a while with the games that didn't count, or with the games that count. So I feel you. I understand what you're saying, Greeny. Even though they did lose.
So the only upside I see is that we get them off a back-to-back. Really.
Yeah.
Get them off a back-to-back. That's probably why Tibbs rested his players. Well, Brunson, not his players.
Yeah, just want to say tonight, though, when you talk about tonight's game, though.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yep.
Man, the Knicks really shared the basketball. The Knicks really shared the basketball tonight. You saw a lot of ball movement when our center grabbed the ball. He was looking on the other side of the floor looking to see who he can outlet to. Now, mind you, when your center grabs the rebound and outlet, the center rarely gets the ball back because everybody else is already running full speed. Greeny know what I'm talking about. Greeny done grabbed the rebound under the boards, right? And everybody else sprinting down floor, and you throw the rebound, you throw the outlet down there. You know you're not going to touch it no more after that, right? Because you got to sprint back just in case we miss, or just in case we don't have a shot. You got to sprint from rim to rim, right?
Yes, sir.
So just the mere fact that we were looking to share the basketball means a lot to us, right? Man, tonight we shared the basketball and we cycled through offense when our shots wasn't going initially. Remember, Utah had the lead. Remember, I think we were tied at the first quarter, right? Or did Utah have the lead in the first quarter? It was something like that.
Salute, guys.
Lee, what's good, bro?
Not much. Happy New Year.
What's up, Mets?
Yeah, man. So I think Lee wanted to jump in and something. Lee, what's good, yo?
No, I was gonna let y'all finish our point. I mean, I'm extremely happy that we won. I'm very hopeful to see what happens for us next. After February 6th, that team that we got is what we're gonna have with and roll for the rest of the year. So we'll see.
Okay, what about tonight though?
Tonight. I'm extremely happy that I agree with you. The fact that we played as a team, and just like y'all said earlier, campaign. Wow, you know what I'm saying. He also helped on the defensive end. I think a lot. More so on the offensive end. I think he was a little bit more aggressive, or between him and OG. They really helped us get back into the game, get stops, and put us in really good situations where we just kept taking over we took over the game and just kept pounding them. Pause. And
So what about the analysis for tonight though? Like what about tonight's game can you say break down and share with the chat? Because the chat is over there. It's about 70 people in here that want to hear us talk about tonight's game. What do you have? Like, you got something specific, or you just got an overview?
I mean, right now is the overview. I mean, because I usually watch the game over and over again, so I can't you know what I'm saying, can't pinpoint something other than the fact that OG played great defense and campaign chipped in as well. The perimeter defense was really, 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 really good. And Josh Hart, damn, God, Josh Hart, you know, I can't. As much as I was not saying against him, my perspective of him as an athlete and as a Knick has changed tremendously to the point where I'm just like, wow, he's really doing some big boy things. You know what I'm saying, for us. And like I put in I sent the super chat and I said he's the MIP right now.
Oh, I didn't see the super chat.
Oh, you good? No, coach was talking.
Okay, yeah, I was. Yeah,
you
man.
good?
So salute to and thank you, Corey Lee, for the generous contribution. He said peace and salute. Happy New Year. Josh is the MIP. Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of MIP, Miggs, if you watching, we saw you on TV, bro. MIG Miggs, if you watching this on replay, man, we saw you on TV, man. Salute to Miggs. We saw him on the MSG broadcast. That was dope.
Well, here's my question with this team. I mean, we know we can handle the can fodder most of the time. Teams like Utah, Charlotte, Washington.
Right. Is this Mets? Is this about tonight? Is this about tonight's game?
About tonight's game, we got our revenge against Utah. I'm not gonna lie about that. For what happened back in November.
Right.
That said, we're gonna have a tough test coming up on Friday with the Thunder.
Right. Tonight's game, no.
I quite enjoyed it, though I was a little suspicious as to what's the damage to Brunson's calf. How long will he be out?
Yeah, that's a great question, bro. Right. Hey, so I want to ask you this, Mets, since we're just talking about this moment, but first, before we start projecting about down the road and what's to come and all that stuff, just want to talk about tonight's game really quick. Are you concerned that Deuce McBride has a hamstring injury, knowing when Precious Achiuwa got a hamstring injury, he missed 21 games?
Yes.
And so what concerns you about that?
I mean, I don't know how well McBride goes out of his way to keep himself fit, to keep himself in tempo or in shape.
Right.
If he comes back and he's even the least bit off or severely lagging, Tin Man's going to put him in the doghouse.
Okay. Right. And so when do you expect him to be back? Like, and I know you're not a doctor and I know you don't have all the details, right? But based on what you know about Deuce, do you think this is maybe something twingy, something like that, or is it not a concern? You think he'll be back Friday?
I don't know he'll be back Friday because it doesn't sound like a day-to-day injury.
Okay.
And with Brunson's calf, I don't know the severity. When did he blow it out?
I'm not sure. I think it was an injury he got. I think it was an injury he got before the two Washington games, because he was a game time decision for both of those games.
So he would have gotten it during the Christmas game against San Antonio.
Yeah, maybe potentially. Yeah.
I know and with Leonel Brunson, he hates having to sit out consecutive games.
Right. Kerry Cox says it's a calf bruise. So it may be one of those where he'll probably be able to play Friday. My concern though is, and Greeny, just real quick, not to sound like Chicken Little or Henny Penny, but my concern is the fact that your guard depth takes a significant hit with Brunson and Deuce being injured in the same game without us knowing the severity of either or both. The thing with Precious is Precious walked off the floor and you kind of knew it was gone. He was gone. the thing with Deuce is we never saw Deuce's injury, so we just have to go. We have to take word of mouth from the MSG people, and generally, historically, when we take the word of mouth from the MSG people,
terrible.
Yeah,
They're
like
the worst medical staff.
you remember OG Anunoby was day to day with the elbow injury, and then at the trade
Julius
deadline,
Randle
he got surgery.
And it turned out into weeks and months on end until we got him
Right.
back.
Right. Remember
Julius
Randall
Randle.
rehab and come
Yep.
back with separated shoulder. Remember Mitchell Robinson was supposed to be
I
ready.
was just about to say that.
Yeah. So we don't. Yeah. So I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Now,
But to go back to what you said earlier, this frees up the minutes for Kolick. I mean, if Kolick steps up and proves that he's the guy, we have the depth there. We've seen it tonight.
But Greeny, you got to understand though. That being said, you're moving Payne to the front line, and that's okay. But then what about our bench?
Especially
Our
when you
bench
consider
is depleted.
especially when you consider it's a bench that Thibodeau doesn't really trust.
Right.
If you get Kolick playing the way he played tonight, the bench does not take a hit.
Yeah.
The bench doesn't take a hit when Kolick is going plus 11. It just doesn't.
And I don't know if y'all saw this tonight or not, but Tibbs didn't immediately go to Kolick. Remember, Landry Shamet ran point for like 2 or 3 minutes, and Tibbs was like, Kolick! and not that Shamet is a bad player, but to Metz's point, Tibbs doesn't necessarily. I think Metz said it. Maybe somebody else said it, and maybe my imagination made it up.
I said it multiple times.
But he didn't trust young players, but the fact that he saw Landry Shamet in like those limited minutes when we were in a close game, and he went to Kolick. Yeah, it makes me think now. Am I excited about tonight's win? Absolutely. I just had some concern about some of the events tonight. It's the reason why I want to have the conversation about what happened tonight, so that we can maybe get some answers for what happened in tonight's game. Right? Yo, Cornerstone Kev is in the building. Salute, Cornerstone Kev. Probably hit the number or something. Was somewhere probably counting money or whatever. Salute the Cornerstone Kev. Yeah, man. So with that said, there were a lot of things that happened tonight. One of the things that I want to point out that I saw in tonight's game is Karl Anthony Towns gets the worst whistle in the NBA.
Oh, absolutely.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever seen a player that gets a worse whistle than the play where he tried to dunk on Walker Kessler and it rimmed out, and they turned that into a non-foul, even though that man had his hands in it and turned his body to go with Cat. How do you go vertical, but then you spin around in the air pressed up against Cat's body to stop him from dunking? And then on the other end, about 10 minutes.
And it's marginal contact.
Yeah. And about 10 minutes later, Cat did the same thing, except he went straight vertical, and they called the foul on Cat.
But big dudes don't get no breaks. That's that Shaq treatment.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. Fritz.
Yeah. How many times did you see Cat go to the rim and get the play where Cat got hit and bumped into the stanchion underneath where he bent his neck? You remember that?
Yeah.
That play where Cat hurt his neck and we thought Cat was hurt under the rim?
Yeah.
I'm not for sure what we're all watching. Wise is in the building. Wise, salute, bro.
Peace out. What's good?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling, bro.
I think it's a lot of acting going on. I think Cat was faking like he was hurt. I think that the refs been calling a lot of BS for the most part. I think some of the shade towards Cat is real, but I think that Cat got penchant for getting stupid fouls and is proceeding them right now. Also, so it's a bunch of things as far as that's concerned. But I think to the point I was making before about players having Tibbs trust, I think Tibbs trusts all the guys he puts on the floor. But when he sees situations, certain things occur, is teaching moments and moments that you should know better. And I think that's just it. Like he coaches a certain way. He don't coach like a bunch of other coaches around the league for the most part. So I think we should be used to it by now. For us to be worried about if Dadier and them is going to play, watch the Westchester game.
Yeah, the
Like,
chat with I'm the chat. I'm with y'all. Latoria B says, ain't gonna lie, I was scared when Cat got hurt. I was nervous too. And JM says that cat fall was spooky. Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
and he bounced right up. He was good.
Miguel P says, I thought Cat broke his neck. Yeah, bro. That thing, man, when you go in full speed into an object that ain't gonna move,
man, he bounced right up. He was good. I knew he was good the whole time.
That man didn't bounce right back up. That man laid there on the floor, bro. Come on, dog.
That's what you're supposed to do when you as big as Cat. You're supposed to lay there and take your time, gather yourself.
But there's a difference between lay there and get yourself together and bounce right back up. That's all.
All right. Well, I don't want to argue about the words. I'm just saying, we seen it in real time. I'm just saying he didn't bounce right back up. He laid there as he should, gather himself. It's like if you get dropped in a fight, you still all right, but you gather yourself, take your time, get yourself up, get ready to make these free throws.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Now I'm with you on that part. I'm with you on that part. I don't know how hurt he was or if he just got shook up or whatever.
Yeah,
but I just didn't see that. I'm just saying, I
didn't think he was injured.
Okay.
I didn't think he was injured on the play. I think that he's more tougher than that.
Right.
But I will say this though. I feel like he needs to finish through traffic. He needs to finish when he's getting attacked like that on offense. He has to finish. You talking
about in tonight's game or just in general?
In general.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job finishing in traffic today. I mean, due to the lack of foul calls that he was getting, I thought he did a great job finishing through traffic today.
Yeah.
Today is not a day that I'm hating on Cat because Cat did everything we needed him to do today, and it looked like he had a little extra pep in his step.
Dunk says a lot of refs feel when Biggs uses a lot of body, they are forcing contact so the ref won't call the whistle their way. Man, that whole thing, that makes perfect sense to me, right? But I just don't agree with it. Not with what Dunk was saying, because I think he's right. With the contact part, I just don't agree with the referee part, bro.
I think it's a good take, but I think you should call it both ways.
But if a guard barely gets touched on the perimeter, they call foul. But a big at the rim takes excessive contact, they say play through it. And what I say is call what the rule book says, right? Instead of we have to adjust to this thing every night. Some players got to make an adjustment to whatever referee's discretion is on that night. That's just we came to see the athletes. We didn't come to see the refs.
Yep,
that's a fact.
You're right, Uncle Freezy. When I used to play in a semi-pro basketball league, and the game would get physical, I would turn to the refs and I would say, the fouls are here for you to protect the players for their safety. You let the game get too physical, then people get injured.
Right.
But you dictate the physicality of the game as a referee. So now, if you call the regular fouls, and you won't have players getting injured. That's really what a foul is for, the safety of the players to know the level of the game of how it's being played on the physicality level.
Right.
That's really all it is. But you got Cat he's literally tap dancing with people. They hugging him, like they taking him out on dates. He can't even, come on.
Right.
I definitely agree, Greeny. What it is too is the refs don't they not calling it the same on both sides, period though. Like I don't mind playing physical if you're gonna call it the same on both sides.
I agree. I'm with
But
you.
it's clear that you see 2 and 3 dudes hugging Cat on one end, and then you see Cat tilt his body in the air a little bit, one direction or the other, and they blowing the whistle. So that's the frustrating part. And that right there, as a player, you know that'll cause you to catch more inadvertent fouls.
Right. Yeah. And then
Just your indecision.
plus two also when the opposing team see that you gonna get ticky tack fouls called on you, they gonna keep attacking
They
you.
keep going at you. That's what I'm saying.
That's why.
And
That's
you're
It's like a
frustrated now.
domino
You're
effect.
frustrated now because you're not getting the same ticky tack calls.
Right.
They probably hacking you, so now you're like, I'm about to hack them, and they just it's just frustrating.
Exactly.
so here comes the elbows. You know what I'm saying? And that's where he gets himself, or the hand placement, or the grappling. He has to pay attention to that.
But see, in New York, playing in New York, it's certain things you just got to know that comes with it. I'm not saying it's fair, but we all know that this is the same. Like Randall used to get the same treatment.
I'm hopping out.
It took years for Randall to get calls. Like literally, he didn't really start getting calls till last year before he got injured.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and Brunson still doesn't get calls really. I mean, the other day he shot 16 for 17, but that was like an anomaly.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yep, that's the part that I was gonna mention the other day. Against Washington, Brunson got a bunch of calls from a officiating crew, but before that, Jalen Brunson generally
Nope.
gets knocked around, bro.
Yeah,
And that I said it to you earlier in the game. We got a 7 foot, 260 pound dude that can't get a foul, and we got a 6 foot, 190 pound dude that can't get a foul.
Right,
They're both stars. What's going on here?
right, right. One of the things I wanted to mention about tonight's game, though, because there were a lot of things I saw in tonight's game I felt like we should at least have the conversation about. One of them is Josh Hart taking his man off the dribble in the half court. Right. Generally, we see Josh Hart attacking the rim with a full head of steam in transition. But even y'all remember the Josh Hart two-hand dunk in the half court? Y'all remember that?
yep.
Josh Hart attacking, going left, getting in the paint and throwing it down on traffic against one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. Right? One of those things that you should take a mental note of that when you saw it. Right? Not saying with Jalen Brunson on the floor you can do it, but what we notice is guys legit have improved their offense to the point where you can miss Jalen Brunson against a bad team, and these guys can pick up the slack for Jalen Brunson in his absence. Whereas last year when Jalen Brunson was out, you knew we were going to lose.
Well, with Josh Hart, I think it's more of a confidence thing, because you can look back last year in the playoffs when Josh Hart had his run, when he had his string of great games, he did that every game.
Yeah.
Up until when he got hurt. So I don't know. I don't know if his confidence is at the point where he's going to have this and go forward. This may be like this may stick around for a while.
Uncle Freeze, let me chime in right here. What I think me and you had a conversation about it the other day, because we just played Washington back-to-back games. And before that, I think it was Orlando. Orlando, Josh had a big game, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And then the first game against Washington, he wasn't really all there. The second game, he made an impact because if you remember, Asar kept sagging off with Josh Hart.
Yeah.
And he was spying on Cat. But if Josh Hart just stays in the corner and stays out of the action, they could cheat. When Josh comes into the action and he sets a pick and he creates the switch, now they got to react to Josh. If they let him go again, he gets the ball going downhill, or he gets those wide open threes that he always gets. When he does that, all he has to do is make a couple, and then he's able to get into his passing bag. He's able to find those lanes, get putbacks, get rebounds. That's how he's getting the triple doubles. But he got to stay in the action. On times when Josh just sits on the perimeter, most of the time he don't get it. So
Right.
that's just a thing that I've been noting.
Yeah, it can't be 4 out, bro. It got to be 5 out.
Yep. And he got to force his way into the action to make them react to him. And when they do that, it's hard for them to cheat.
Right. Right. Yeah. Salute to Sherwin. Sherwin says Utah defense is dog poop. Bad. Wait till Friday. Nah, I ain't gonna, man. Sherwin, on this one, I'm not gonna wait till Friday. We beat the Utah Jazz tonight, right? If we beat the Utah Jazz and lose to the Oklahoma City Thunder, they each count as one game. That's what it is.
Plus, every game is like a step to the next one.
Yeah, yeah. And bro, I understand that's probably a measuring stick game on both sides. Like playing against us in the Garden is probably, I mean, not in the Garden, but playing against OKC, and OKC is a thing, right? But to me, it's man, the Knicks have won 9 in a row. If they lose, bro, I mean, so what?
Yeah, we're up already.
Yeah. My major concern with that game is Friday. Do we play them with Deuce McBride and Jalen Brunson, or are both of them out? That's my concern at this point.
I think Jalen gonna be ready for that.
I think so too, bro.
I think Deuce will be there too.
That's the part that I don't. I'm with you on the Jalen part.
It had to be pretty bad for Deuce to miss it. Deuce has only had 18 starts in 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Like if somebody told you gonna start, you'd be excited.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Fritz. I don't know if that man would not have played through a hamstring, or on the other side of that, which is conspiracy theory, is maybe Tibbs changed his mind at the last minute and Deuce McBride pouted like a little baby. If I
know what's funny? I said that I was on with Devon and Shot earlier, and I said, I bet y'all Cam start. They was like, nah, Deuce gonna start. Deuce gonna start. Right. I said, watch Cam gonna start. And Cam started.
Yeah.
I felt that would be the smart way to go anyway. Let Cam start and let Deuce come off the bench.
And stay in their natural roles, like get the natural Deuce.
The same way that he used to do with when Mitch went down, instead of starting iHeart, he started Sims.
And Jumpman put us in an 8-0 hole off the rip.
Yep. But Tibbs already know.
Hurry up and get iHeart back in the game. Yeah.
But that's the way he coaches. So if you just watch it, it's like patterns to it. Like it's weird, but it's patterns.
Yeah.
And Sherwin, I said that earlier. They actually aren't on the 12. They lost in the in-cup tournament, and that doesn't count as a regular season game. So they continued their win streak.
Yep. You're right.
But I said the same thing too. I said they were on a 12 game.
Yeah. Kev got a super chat for you, Granny. So
Kevin McLeod comes in with the generous. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Kevin McLeod with generous contribution. Thank you, sir. He says, "What's the biggest difference that you see with this team than from last year and years past?"
Better shooting.
Around robin.
Better consistent shooting.
Yeah.
And we're way more efficient. So that might be considered the same thing, but I think
our starting lineup can get a double-double. Everybody can scoring over 10, 12 points. The whole starting lineup is effective.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, guess what? How many single digit point scoring games does Josh Hart have this year? With Josh Hart scored in single digits?
I say 5.
1.
Wow.
And Josh is leading the league in 2-point percent, ain't
From the
Yes,
guard from the
he's
guard
a
he?
beast.
From the guard position.
Yeah.
2 point. No, I think in the whole league, 2 point percentage.
He like 70 something
Yeah,
percent.
70-something%.
Okay.
That man is playing all-star level.
And he's shooting career numbers from 3-point. Like he's shooting the ball well. Period. Like you were saying, Uncle Free, taking the man off the dribble, spotting up for the 3, looking for guys. Like he's doing it all right. He's the glue guy for the Knicks starting lineup for real. From going in the preseason where we didn't know what Josh Hart's role was gonna be, he's excelling in his role right now.
Right. Yeah.
And he's actually starting to do 2-guard things,
Yeah.
like coming down, initiating offense, putting people in position where they need to be, recognizing mismatches. You know what I mean? So he still makes
Leading the
crazy
break.
plays, though. Yeah, he's still good for a
Like
couple
he's the one
crazy
player in our
turnovers,
starting
though.
lineup that they're like, oh, let's leave him open. And he just goes off for 23, 10, and 10. It's
And
like
he makes them pay every time.
every time. Now, what do you want to do? You're gonna focus on Josh Hart and leave OG open, or you gonna focus on like that's where I think the biggest difference from my team in the past years. Our offense is just unstoppable. We have every angle we could beat you from now. Every angle. There's no defense that can stop our offense.
I'm just gonna add this one point. Also,
Hold on a second. Can I say something real quick?
for the most part, I think the team, like the difference between this year's team and teams of the past, is for the most part, the rotation has been relatively healthy. Like in years past, we always had like 2 to 3 guys out, and the back end of the rotation is usually situational dudes. Like y'all remember last year when Bogey and Alec Burks was at the end of the rotation, and then some nights we had to play Shake Milton because OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius Randle were hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember 3 years ago when Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker, all of those dudes were hurt, and we had to. And y'all remember we brought Damian Dotson back for that, like that.
Yeah.
A week stretch. We brought Damian Dotson back.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I think that one of, not saying that what I'm saying is more important than anybody else's, just adding another point to the conversation. I think one of the differences is this is what a Knicks team under Tom Thibodeau looks like when the team is mostly healthy. Now, we're not completely healthy, right? But mostly healthy. This is what a Tibbs team can look like.
I just want to say this one thing. You know, Mikal Bridges had a very quiet, solid game tonight. And I mean, he put some really solid defense on Jordan Clarkson and just made him ineffective.
OG's defense on Laurie Marketing was good too. I ain't gonna hold you. He locked them up for the most part of the game.
Right.
I think everybody played well defense as a team collectively. Everybody had their moment. You had Cat smacking stuff off the backboard. You had OG forcing people out of the lane and people sticking their hands in, getting off ball steals. You had everybody contribute tonight, honestly. We even seen Achua a couple times block some, Payne steal a couple pat. Like we had some defense tonight. Our defense was our best offense tonight. That's why I feel like it was a breeze.
Yeah, this is the way I love to see us play.
Yeah, I want to bring up another narrative that exists in Knicks universe. Right? It was false. I knew it was false when I heard it, but you got to let people have their opinion, right? So one of the narratives that exists in Knicks universe is that teams that play double bigs give us problems, right? Like legit, people will say, "Yo, when teams go big, the Knicks are just too small," right? So tonight, tonight, they started two bigs, right? They started two bigs, and their two bigs shot. Mind you, these are 7-footers, right? This is not two bigs, 6'10" dudes. This is not like Kevin Durant. This is two NBA center sized individuals, right? They shot 9 of 27 from the floor. They shot 1 of 11 from 3. They had 18 total rebounds, right? They had 3 total blocks. And our center tonight had 31 points, outscored both of them put together, right? He had 21 rebounds, right? Had 3 more rebounds than both of them put together. And he had 2 blocks to their 3 blocks. Now, with that said, our center didn't guard both of those bigs alone. The reason why I brought that up is because even though the size thing can be an issue, if your coach schemes things the correct way, if your coach has a plan, right, then you can neutralize stuff. Now, how we neutralized it is OG Anunoby smothered Lauri Markkanen on the catch, right?
Yep.
That's what he did. So OG didn't let Markkanen body him up somewhere and then use his size to his advantage. What OG Anunoby did was when Markkanen got ready to use the speed game, OG Anunoby went and got into his body, so it'd be speed for speed and strength for strength. And for my money, I think OG Anunoby is stronger than Lauri Markkanen. I may be wrong, right? I may be wrong. But you notice when OG Anunoby was guarding Lauri Markkanen straight up pressed up against him, Lauri Markkanen couldn't put the ball on the floor, couldn't go past OG. And when he did, he threw up out of control shots. Now, some of the shots that they did hit, if y'all noticed, were offensive rebound putbacks, right? Like they didn't just go at OG Anunoby or go at Cat and take these dudes to the rim, right? They were like in a scramble,
in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. So the reason why I said that is not because I think OG Anunoby played a fantastic game. I think he did play a great game, right? Cat played a great game, but I don't think that was the reason why we won. I think the reason why we won is because our coach made an adjustment based on what he saw in the last time we played, right? Go press up on these dudes and make them put the ball on the floor and see what happens. I think that's one of the things that helped us. And for the money, that team had 16 turnovers, right? That team had 16 turnovers tonight. So, and if you go by plus minus, and I think plus minus is the worst stat known to man, right? But if you go by plus minus, Walker Kessler, the second big in their double big lineup, was a -14. And so I'm not speaking to anybody on the panel specifically. I'm speaking to the fact that a lot of times Knicks fans will put narratives out there in the ether, like, yo, double big lineups give us trouble. Well, we played against a double big lineup tonight, and we absolutely destroyed it. Like our two people against their two people destroyed it. And they had size advantage at center, right? But they had, because Walker Kessler is taller than Cat, and Lauri Markkanen is taller than OG Anunoby.
And what's funny about that, Freeze, not to cut you off, is that if we had Brunson, we could have exploited them more. And that's, you know what I mean, just from how we could have exploited them defensively.
Right.
But the fact that we didn't have them, it kind of helped us out on our defense as well, too. Because I think that Cam was playing some excellent perimeter defense, especially in that first half.
Yeah.
Like the whole team on the perimeter was pretty good.
Yeah. I'm with, bro. They took 96 shots tonight, bro. They took 96 shots. We took 85 shots. They took 11 more shots than us, bro. And as far as the defense goes, we held them to 40% from the floor, 30% from three. And we shot 55% from the floor, 39.1% from three on 23 threes.
So they outboarded us.
We had 47. They had 45.
Damn, so how they get so much more shots than us?
Pace. They just when we missed, they just sprinted up the floor, basically. And when we got and so to our credit, knowing that we were shorthanded, we didn't want to get in the track meet with them because we were already down 2 bodies and 3 bodies if you count Mitch. So we were already down 3 rotation players. So instead of sprinting up and down the floor, we grabbed the rebound, and if the transition wasn't there, we just walked it up the floor.
But I think we still outscored them on fast break points, though, right?
I think so. I think we may. I'm not for sure.
Because we was turning them over back to back to back to back and just taking it straight and scoring. So that might be
the Knicks scored 34 fast break points. They scored 15 fast break points.
That's the difference.
And that
right there is a stat we need to dominate.
They was pushing, but they wasn't converting.
Yeah.
Because we are the lowest. We are like one of the lowest paced teams. If we can dominate in transition, we are unstoppable.
But that's where Josh Hart. That's where Josh Hart comes in the door, and that's why Josh Hart has a triple double.
Right. What if I told y'all the Utah Jazz had 50 points in the paint? What would y'all say?
In the paint, you said?
In the paint, the Utah Jazz had 50 points in the paint.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good because if we give a 50 points to OKC, it's not going to trend well.
But that's the fact that they're missing and they're getting offensive rebounds.
I think our defense is fine. I don't think our defense is bad.
So, but the thing about that, though, just real quick, the thing about them having so many points in the paint, the thing about them having 50 points in the paint, they didn't even dominate us there. The Knicks had 70 points in the paint.
Woo.
The Knicks outscored the Utah Jazz by 20 points in the paint. They had 50, and it seemed like a lot, right? The Knicks had 70 points in the paint against a renowned shot blocker. What do y'all have to say about that, though? You have an opinion about that?
No, I'm glad we was attacking them like that. In the beginning, it seemed like we was aggressively trying to attack them to try to deliberately get some fouls on them before they could try to do it to us.
Yeah.
That's the Carl Towns effect. To be absolutely honest with you.
Salute IKB and Dre in the building. Salute
to the panel, salute to the chat. But when you got a 7-footer that shoots the way Cat does, that just means the paint is open.
Yep.
Yeah, gravity.
And while he out there, attack.
Yeah, that means the paint is open against a team that doesn't communicate well, that doesn't really handle backdoor cuts, or they don't really switch that well. And that just means you're getting exploited. And I like our process even without Brunson on the court. We got a ton of looks right at the front of the rim.
Yeah.
We used a lot of mismatches right at the front of the rim. And you're afforded those advantages when Cat is just on the court. Like Cat got his 30 and 20. We would have won if Cat had 10 points. To be absolutely honest, the way he controlled the game without even really needing the ball, controlling the glass, having an effect without having the ball. If he doesn't score, someone else would score just off his gravity, in my opinion.
That's what I always like when I talk about Cat getting in foul trouble. We just need his gravity. As long as we got his like it's the same thing. Like when we used to talk about Mitchell Robinson having vertical gravity, We
Yeah.
used to say, all right, well, his vertical, all right, cool, he does have vertical gravity, but we didn't have all the shooting we got now. But when you got Cat's gravity, it usurps Mitch's vertical gravity all day long.
It
So
just
it's nothing they could do.
it warps how teams want to play you. It literally warps how centers' instincts are. Like it makes them unsure of how to even defend you.
Yep.
Dre, let me add a basketball point just real quick.
Yep.
So with the double big lineups that you saw, when the enemy of a double big lineup is a jump shooting big,
Yep.
right? Because now
Mhm.
you pull one big away from the paint, right? And then now if you get the other big in space, if you get Laurie Markkinen in space against Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, or Josh Hart,
Yep.
because he's not going to guard the point guard, right? Because if their center is guarding our center, that means Laurie Markkinen has to be able to flip his hips, guard OG, Josh Hart, or Mikal Bridges.
Yep.
Yep.
Right. And so what that does is it creates those opportunities because everybody knows, and no disrespect to tall people, right? I'm not calling tall people goofy, right? That's not what I'm saying. But it's difficult for tall people to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, right? It's because they tall, right? It's just because they tall, right?
Yeah.
I know this. I'm tall myself. I know this, right? I live this every day.
Hey,
Yeah.
Freezy,
And
I
God
won't.
forbid you got flat feet.
Yeah, right. Like that's why when you see guys like Sauce Gardner, when you see guys like Sauce Gardner, to any NFL fans out there, when you see a guy that tall be able to do little guy stuff, it's like you're looking at a unicorn, right? That's
Yeah.
why when you look at Victor Wembanyama, a tall guy able to do little guy stuff, you're like, this guy is a unicorn. Now, with that said, Laurie Markkinen is a unicorn on offense only.
Yeah.
Right. But we took advantage of him being goofy not goofy, but not being able to flip his hips and run with 6'7" guys on
It,
offense.
it,
Clumsy.
it's
Right.
not even clumsy. It's just when you're that tall, especially if you have high hips, like for
Right.
example, Obi Toppin,
Right.
you're just physically unable to do certain things. 9 times out of 10, like you're physically unable. Like you could see the play developing,
Right.
but you can't get there. I mean, we see it with Cat
Right.
relatively some at times. Like he can see the play developing. That's why sometimes he reaches in when he shouldn't, because he feels like he can actually impact the play because he sees it, but he's not able to get to the spots that he needs to get to. So he ends up
Right.
making stupid fouls.
Reaction.
Yeah, like,
Right.
like he can see the play, he sees it as it's happening, but
Right.
you just physically can't be there. It's just not. It's not in the
Right. But
cards for you.
seeing it and processing it and instincts are two different things for one. Let me
Yeah.
just clarify. Like instinctually, your body will be moving before your brain can process it.
Yeah.
It's like how when we were young and we used to see the ladies on the street or whatever, we'd be like, oh, that's a cutie. For you know it, you're already on face talking. Like, hey, shorty, what's happening? You know, you saying something before your mind is telling you that you in East New York and you shouldn't be in East New York hollering at nobody. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like these small little things, right? And so the thing is with marketing, the reason why we can get those points in the paint is because when you ask Laurie Markkinen to flip his hips in either direction and run with an athletic slasher like Josh, OG, or Bridges, that works to our advantage. Tonight it did, right? On other nights, they probably would have had John Collins, and John Collins, a more athletic guy at 6'9", would have been tasked to do that. But he wasn't there, and we took advantage of that.
I think the reason why we kind of lost some in the first game was more so like a domino effect, because Cat literally started the game airballing like a couple threes.
Yeah.
Literally, if he made one of his first 2 threes, they would have guarded us differently from that point on.
Yeah.
But they,
Jalen Brunson defense on Colin Sexton was bad at the beginning of that game, and we were playing in the altitude in Utah. It was like a lot of stuff, bro. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff going into that game.
I
It was
think
our
we got
first
ahead of
altitude
ourselves
game.
that game too, because the next game was Denver, I think,
Yeah, and then we
right
blew them
behind it,
out. We
and
Right.
we
got
blew them
acclimated.
out.
There's a few things that went right tonight. And typically, I want to say this: Colin Sexton usually he plays like he's auditioning for the Knicks every time he comes to the Garden.
Yep.
He was pretty subdued tonight.
Yeah.
Partially, I think McCall was on him at the start of the game.
He roasted whoever, bro. That man only missed 3 shots all night.
How many shots did he take though?
13.
It feel like he would take 20.
Yeah,
Anytime he seen this.
he finished with 25 points though.
I'm talking about Colin Sexton, not Clarkson.
No, I'm talking about Colin
Colin
Sexton.
Sexton finished with 25.
Yeah, Colin Sexton finished with 25 points.
Man,
It ain't look like it.
It ain't look like it though.
That must have been like the most unimpactful 25. Because anytime he scores, it felt
That
like
was quiet.
He wasn't making no noise.
But that was Dre point though, because Colin Sexton is a loud scorer.
Yeah,
That was the
he's
point.
a demonstrative scorer. Like if anytime he gets going, you're seeing and hearing from him. He's buzzing around. He's talking in people's faces.
Yeah,
he was just like kind of like going through the motions compared to Clarkson, where Clarkson was just putting it up like every time. Like he saw the rumors and was like, "Oh, maybe the Knicks want to trade for me, so let me just put up 20 goddamn shots in 20 minutes."
Right.
And we still looking at him like, "Nah, you can't play over here."
Nah, man. He's like the numbers said he was efficient, but the way he was playing, he was bugging.
Yeah.
Like, and I get the role of being a 6-man is that you have to be aggressive. But 6 men in today's game are aggressive, playmaking too, and scoring. It isn't just buckets. That man was just coming down looking to throw some BS up.
Yeah.
Just like, what are you doing? I take it. It helped us build the lead, but geez, man. A little bit of discernment.
Yo, what I noticed tonight, Dre, when I watched the game, I don't know if that panel, I don't know if y'all noticed this tonight, but I noticed Will Hardy threw out a lot of coaching stuff. Like I know Will Hardy, bro, despite his record, bro, that dude is going to be an excellent I don't think it's going to be in Utah, right? I think they'll get tired of losing after the rebuild and bring it like kind of like how the Sixers did Brett Brown.
They about to use that man brain up just to endure the losing. But
yeah,
I don't know if he'll leave because
Dre, let me finish my point about Will Hardy.
My fault. Go ahead.
So my point about Will Hardy is he threw a bunch of offensive sets and defensive adjustments at Tibbs, and Tibbs was just like on it, like whatever you got, bro, whatever you got. You outcoached me the first time, but you're not going to do it again. I think Tibbs was the MVP of this game, right? and I am one that don't praise the players when we win and blame the coach when we lose. I like to give credit where credit is due, and I know that's not a popular take all the time, right? The popular take most of the times is when we win, give all the credit to whoever went to hit the game winner. Oh, whoever went to hit the game winner is the GOAT. And then if we lose by another game winner, we blame the coach, right? So what I'll say is Tibbs made the first adjustment was OG Anunoby not giving Lauri Markkanen airspace to create his offense. That was the first adjustment, right? The second adjustment that I saw was making the Utah Jazz guards be facilitators. And you notice when we pressured them to facilitate and not score, you notice they bobbled the ball. And y'all notice how many live ball turnovers we got tonight? Anybody notice that? Like guards are getting in the paint, and then they see like Precious in the paint with his hands up, and now they have to make a split-second decision. Now they bobble the ball. Now Josh Hart is y'all remember the one Tyler Kolek tapped it to Precious for the dunk?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the thing is we pressured their scoring only guards to be decision makers, and they fumbled the bag in real time. And now I know that seems like the credit to that should just go to the players. But I think that was a scheme thing. Like, take away their offense and make them be playmakers. What do they do if they have to? If their guy is supposed to cut but he doesn't, and you're in the paint and you have a second or two before they call 3 seconds, what am I gonna do in these quick moments? And next thing you know, OG Anunoby's going the other way dunking.
Yeah, it's cause you speeding them up.
Yeah, right. Like, take away their first option, right?
Yep.
You want to get in the paint, throw up your floater? Well, we're gonna take away the floater. What else you got?
And now they got to make decisions on the fly, and we don't trust that.
Right. And with that said, Dre, tonight I noticed that Utah has a lot of small guards, but they don't have a point guard, bro. Point guards are what make you win in this league, bro. You got to have that point guard leadership, right? You got to have it. Like, when we took the lead, remember Utah was up, right? When Utah was up, you know what they did, bro? They kept their foot on the gas. They kept jacking threes. Bro, you got the lead. You just need point per possession. You don't need, if you have a 2-point lead and you come down and hit one free throw and the Knicks get the ball, the Knicks need to hit a 4-point play to take the lead. That's crazy. Now, and I do understand. Hey, listen, Will Hardy is a great coach. Dre, did you see how many times he ran your play tonight? The Denver play?
Yeah. Split action. On the baseline.
I was gonna say, Freezy, they got three.
I hate that play, bro. You know I hate that play, right?
They got three, Freezy. They had 3 guys, like 3 6-men masquerading as point guards in that game. Like, ain't nobody have really like discernment or judgment or time, and it just felt like they were in a rush to do things.
Right.
And at that point, like, if you're the team full of young players, sometimes you need the on-court coach.
Yep.
Like, the fact that, like, the Spurs decided to do that with Chris Paul was really smart in terms of developing their other guys and their other guards and their star player.
Yep.
The way the Jazz put their team together, it was like they have no choice but to tank at that point.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of point guard, how you feel about Kolik's minutes out there tonight?
So we talked about that a little bit.
Oh wow, I missed it. My fault.
Yeah. So we talked about that for a little bit. I think when we first came on.
Yeah.
But just to revisit slightly though, I'm concerned about I'm gonna have to get the green screen. Y'all see I'm disappearing like a Smurf? Y'all can't even see these guns that I got out. Look at this. Can't even see these. Oh, I'm gonna have to put the green screen up. But anyway, I like Tyler Kolik. You can tell he was gassed in the second half, though.
Yeah,
I don't know why
that minutes.
He did. That man looked like he was just. That man needed an oxygen tank out there. You could.
Freezy. The thing I was confused about is, like, the organization knew Brunson was on the injury report if he was going to play or not. You don't, like, screw around with your basically your second point guard, because Deuce ain't really a point guard today when you have your actual star point guard on the injured list, or not the injured list, but an injury report.
Yeah,
it just that was a move that was kind of short-sighted.
They let that man score 36 points earlier, and then said, "Nah, you gonna back up campaign tonight."
And bro, it wasn't even just that. He played OT at that.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So I'm with you on that, right? The thing is, I like Tyler Kolik. I like the way he manipulated the game. I like the way he manipulated the Utah Jazz guards into screen. I like the way, like when he was going to attack the screen, he didn't just attack the screen. He set up the defender, ran the defender into the screen, rubbed the man off. Right, he's not fast, so he got his step right, and then now the defense is in chase mode. And so you saw it, yeah, man. So
He made a couple pocket passes that were nice.
The one to Cat where Cat got fouled and went to the free throw line.
Yeah,
perfect, bro. The one
Yeah.
Cat didn't get to take the shot because he got fouled on it, right?
Yeah,
Right. But man,
that was I bet they and I freeze and that was just based off straight instincts because I bet they don't really play on the same team in practice at all.
Yeah,
Like he probably plays with the number 3s with Huck Porty on his team,
right.
and that's where he has his chemistry at. But with Cat, that was straight basketball IQ.
But the thing about Tyler Kolek though is he's a natural point guard. He's been a point guard since day one. You can tell he does natural instinctive point guard stuff, right? Like for instance, when he sees 2 defenders spying him, he won't dribble to a corner. You learn that when you're 6 years old, right? Because if the guy is if 2 guys are spying you, a trap might be coming, and so you don't dribble into the trap. Because when you dribble to the baseline and they trap you, you basically have 3 defenders, the baseline and their 2. And so he does like little natural stuff, bro. Natural point guard stuff that I get mad at Jalen Brunson for not doing. Like, why does Jalen Brunson, when he need to pick up speed, when he need to beat his man off the dribble, he dribbles towards the sideline. Right? And that's it drives me crazy, bro.
Right? You know what impressed me about his game, Free?
I'm just saying that he'll do stuff like that. Cash, what's good, bro?
What's up?
Yeah, you know what I liked about his game, Freeze? I like that he's bodying up more on defense now. Like, he's not just getting beat on defense. Like, if he continues to defend like that, he's definitely going to start getting more time.
Yeah.
Because when Cam don't have it, if he could depend at that level, because he was playing at a high level today. I got to give it to him, even though he did get tired in the second half. Like, you could see he was focused on defense, like not getting beat off the dribble, making sure he stayed in front of whoever he had to stay in front of and helping at the same time.
Yeah, man. Cash, what's good, bro? You not at work? They must have shut the place down, bro.
Nah. The place
they gave y'all a day. They gave y'all a day off, bro. Boss must be nice, bro.
Nah. I've been off. Since after Christmas. I had to work Christmas.
And you ain't came up here.
I need to rest up, man. I need to rest up.
Bro, you my dog. But
yeah, for any of you brothers working nights, if you work nights for many years, you know how it go down. You know, your body got to do some recovery, man. And I'm not as young as I used to be, so.
Right.
I don't know if y'all was referring to Kolek, but I don't know if y'all had watched the post game and they were saying how he played a G League game early that morning. He had played like over 30 minutes and he had killed it. So
we had just talked about that, bro. We had just talked about that.
So he was tired. When I was listening, I heard somebody made reference to him being tired in the second half. Yeah, because when you add up his minutes, I think when they added it up, he played I can say damn, right?
Yeah. He played like 50 minutes?
He played damn near like over 30 to like 40 minutes, during the course of a day. So yeah, I guess he was a little gassed in that second half. So he played
52 minutes. He played 52 minutes in one day.
Yeah. He played a lot of minutes. Because he had played a whole game earlier. Twice. Yep.
Yeah.
But he balled out, man. It was a great game. I enjoyed it, man. Y'all definitely hit all the high points. I'm just curious to see how this little stretch coming up with OKC. That's definitely going to be a litmus test, man. So hopefully we have JB back.
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
So what happens if the Knicks lose to OKC?
Just another game, man.
Just another game. So why can't it be why can't it just be another game right now?
Yeah. Why? Because this is the difference. This is a team, when you look at it on paper, you're supposed to beat, man. If you're a championship quality team, these are teams that you're supposed to beat. Whereas somebody like OKC, which is one of the better teams of the league, you respect them, man. You gotta respect what they bring to the table. And they gonna, just like you coming for them, they gonna be coming for you. So, That's a difference. It's a big
So what?
difference
So
in
what
terms of
happens?
talent level and mentality.
So what happens if the Knicks beat OKC?
That's good, man. That's a good
It's
barometer,
just
man.
another game.
It isn't. It is just another game, but it does something for your mental. It gives you a little bit more of an edge mentally, knowing that you can not only compete but beat the upper echelon of talent in the league.
Okay.
Yeah, the litmus test comes both ways. It's I would say the biggest thing long term would be the mental. I think I was listening before when you were talking about Boston and how Boston whipped our what's the first game, but look at, even though we have not played Boston, look at us now. Also, I think you made reference to Cleveland, how they're off to this hot start, and they are. But again, I refer back to the mental. When you said, well, if we got to match up against Cleveland, are we in awe of them or scared of them? No. Matter of
No.
fact, matter of fact, they should be scared of us because they haven't seen this version of us.
Yeah,
And
no,
and
we have the recipe to beat Cleveland. though.
yes,
We already
yes,
know how to beat Cleveland. How you beat Cleveland is in the mid range area. You gotta penetrate them and suck their. You got to pull their bigs away from the rim and their perimeter defenders off the three, right? And that if you remember, Josh Hart figured that out in that first game that we played against them. Remember, Josh Hart was in that pinch post area, forcing the
yes,
defense to commit to him, and then he sprayed the ball out from the free throw line to
right,
shooters and things of that sort. And the
right.
reason why we didn't win that game is because when Josh Hart got hurt and left that game, they took the lead. Remember, we were up by 7 when Josh Hart got hurt, and when
Yeah,
Josh Hart
yeah. The
left,
game changed.
they
Yeah,
came
yeah. The parameters of the game changed.
yep, they came all the way back and they beat us. And it looked, but if you look at the box score, it looked like they dominate us, but they didn't.
Nah.
We figured them out, and now that we have it on tape, next time we play them, and I know Cleveland's going to make an adjustment to that weakness, right? Because Kenny Atkinson is a great coach, right?
That's
But
That's what I was going to say. As to their where they stand,
right,
that they have a great coach, and it's because of Kenny Atkinson as to where they're at right now. But we'll see what happens going forward. Man, we don't even have all our chess pieces on the board, man. All the
no,
bishops and they ain't even there, man. The knights, but really, in all seriousness, the only piece that we are waiting to see how it's going to mesh with what we have is Mitchell Robinson. And that's going to be the telltale of where we stand between that and the chip. It's how Mitchell Robinson is going to fit in on this chessboard. And if he fits in seamlessly,
when is Mitch coming back though?
yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
What
I
kind
don't
of
have
state?
an
What kind
answer.
of shape he gonna be in when he get back?
Well, I heard that he's been working out and that he has lost some weight. Because remember when he tried the little weight gain thing, which really didn't work out, and I think was also probably a source of his injuries. So I hear he's coming in a little lighter than he has been. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to all depend.
I heard Mitchell Robinson was 25 for 25 from threes the other day in practice.
That don't mean nothing, man.
Yeah, that means everything, bro.
That doesn't translate
coming back with a 3-pointer.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if Tibbs let him shoot it.
And then basically what I'm saying is we'll see about all of that. Everything you said, I'm gonna just say we'll see.
Yeah. Time will tell. No, because I hear, it's like, maybe we can make a move for that. We can make a move for this. No, you don't make in the game of chess, you don't make any moves until you have all your pieces in place after your strategy is set. Then once you make your moves, then you know where you need to adjust. So until then, just sit back in the cut and wait. Enjoy this ride, man. We got a nice ride of home games coming up. Now, the only thing I will say, which is a little bit off the topic, is I don't know for those who have Optimum, man. That sucked, man.
Hey, let me
I
before
had to
before
run
we
out. I
hey
had to
Cash,
run out
before
and
we
get an
get on
Apple.
Cash,
I had to
before we
run
get
out
on
and get
that,
an
man,
Apple box, man.
let's stay on this topic right here because we're gonna have the optimum conversation for sure.
Yeah,
Right. Hey, but
man.
listen, and y'all wouldn't have that problem if y'all came over on and watched with us on Playback TV, I think that's the answer.
I was watching on playback. I just had the
Nah,
whole thing on my damn TV screen.
nah.
Yeah,
I got.
I had to
I had to
mirror
get
it on my
Apple,
screen
man. And
today
James
too,
Dolan
Drake.
had to fork over some more money to that Joker, man. That's some
Yeah,
BS.
yeah.
Please
But
save my life today.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. What I would say though to the first point that you made is the OKC Thunder, man. What I want to do is insulate my fellow Knicks fans for sorrow, right? Because bro, we've won 9 in a row, and it's tough to win 10 in a row against in any season. It's tough to win 10 in a row, right? So if the Knicks go out and they lose to whoever they play in that 10th game, then we shouldn't be mad because winning 10 in a row is difficult. So our task Friday is Oklahoma City, right? And so if we lose and not win 10 in a row, we shouldn't be upset. My fear is that Friday night, if we lose, right? I don't think we will, but if we lose, Knicks fans are gonna be ready to revolt and blame Tibbs and forget about the 9 in a row that we won. The fact that we're 19-4 in the last 23 games. And if we lose, we'll be 19-5 in the last 24 games. If we win, we'll be 20-4 in the last 24 games, right? And so those numbers sound ridiculous in any season. The fact that you're 19-4 in a 23 game stretch. So if we lose to Oklahoma City, it's not an indictment or a measuring stick game, right? Because you don't have measuring stick games in January, right? January is actually the month where you see teams that get out the gate hot, they start losing to lesser teams in January, right? And so it's because by this time you would have played about 35, 36 games already. And any team can beat any team on any given night, right? Now, if we beat OKC, should we celebrate and get our championship t-shirts ready? No, because in the grand scheme of things, Oklahoma City ain't won shit. They just hot. Oklahoma City is not the NBA champs. Have they been to the NBA finals? Do they have 2 or 3 guys that we should fear? Oklahoma City ain't that. Their record is just good. And as a matter of fact, it's not even better than Cleveland's. If we lose to them, it's another game in January, bro. If we beat them, it's another game in January, bro. That should be our approach. But Cash, you've been a Knicks fan for a long time, right?
Yeah.
You already what the Knicks fans gonna do if we lose to OKC?
Oh, they're gonna freak out, man. They're gonna lose their mind. They're gonna hear all the negative. And you're exactly right, as many of the Knicks fans are. And also remember too, man, that's on the heels of a back-to-back. We got Chicago the following night.
Right. But they have the Clippers tomorrow. They have the Clippers tomorrow night, though.
Yeah, Clippers gonna beat them the hell up.
So like, as crazy as this may sound, I hope it's a blowout either way, so we can get ready for the next night, man. Because we have another game.
Yeah, Chicago lost to Detroit tonight. I think they lost. No, they didn't. Chicago lost to somebody. Chicago got blown out by the Washington Wizards. Imagine that.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We gave them that work. They got tough playing us.
Right.
What's the name? Poole came back, lit him up.
Yeah, man. And so that's all I'm saying, Kat. Like I understand your point. I respect it. But you already know, you've been around these ways for way too long to know that Knicks fans, bro, if we lose, bro, think about it. If our 9-game winning streak gets snapped, you know what Knicks fans are going to focus on?
That one loss. You're
that
right.
one loss.
You nailed it, man. You nailed it. They're gonna pick that apart. They said, "Oh, look at Cat, man. He didn't."
Great Cat.
Yeah, hard. You know.
I got a question for the panel.
I ain't gonna lie though, Freeze. I want to see Cat get busy on iHeart.
Right.
They not gonna
Dude,
put iHeart on, just letting you know right now.
Yeah.
because remember
They
when
I
they
got a
put
question for the
iHeart
panel.
on Embiid and Miles Turner? If they put iHeart on Cat,
I got
over.
a question for the panel. If
Go
we
ahead,
don't
Greeny.
see any Deuce McBride tomorrow, and Kolek has his coming out game, is that his moment to be in the rotation?
No.
No.
Nope. No.
So if Kolek
That
comes
answer's
out and
quick.
he's the reason why we win against the Thunder with the bench,
Nope.
you don't think he should be in the rotation?
No.
No.
Here's an example, Greeny. In Deuce's rookie year, he dropped 15 and 9 on a road game against the Rockets, and we won.
Yep.
And that man didn't see the rotation for 2 months after that.
Yep.
Nope.
And the reason why you can't put Kolek in the rotation is because you already have an established veteran point guard as the backup. The backup to Jalen Brunson is Cameron Payne, right? And then if you put Kolek in the rotation with Cameron Payne, what do you do with Deuce? Right? And so say you run all three of them together, then what do you do with
I'm just saying if Deuce was hurt for tomorrow, I'm saying Deuce, but in this situation, Kolek would take Deuce minutes. That's what I'm implying.
But he can take that anyway. If you have an injury, wouldn't he be in that spot anyway?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is if Deuce is injured, right? And then Kolek impresses he plays very well with the bench. Like he looks like he can lead the bench like he did tonight. He looked like he was very good controlling the offense. He gave us a run that gave us the lead to put the game away. If he does that against the top team in the West, the Thunder, you don't think that's enough for him to get in the rotation when we know Kolek is a point guard? Like it's not a bluff.
No, no, it's not about. It's not about the about the what's the word? A meritocracy. It's not about that. It's about what you already have in place. If we didn't have a backup point guard already, and he did that, I would absolutely agree with you. But you already have. So basically, what you're suggesting is based on the question, because I understand that you're asking a question and not supplying an answer. You're asking a question.
Yeah. Situational basketball, like
so I get what you're saying, right? But here's the thing though. Here's the thing to that, right? If Tyler Kolek does that, right, and establishes the fourth point guard, what NBA championship level team has 4 point guards in their rotation?
okay, I understand that. Now, what do you do in a situation of basketball when Chucky Payne is chucking, when Kolek can run the offense and get good offensive shots for the bench?
The thing about that is now you're asking Tom Thibodeau to tinker with his rotation again after 35 games.
Hey, listen, when Tibbs tinkers with his rotations, we win games.
I'm with you, but
what
about the players in that rotation?
Yeah, my answer to that to Kolek say having one good game is like the first game we had this season of Boston and their 3-point shooting percentage in that game. I don't know if you recall what that is, and what that is called, man. It's called an anomaly. Anomaly is like a freak of nature thing, man. Whereas, okay, it happened this one game, but is there going to be consistency with that? No, it's not. And
we can't see that until he touched the floor, though.
Yeah, but see, he's not gonna get that because you gotta, with Tibbs is old school. You gotta earn your keep, man.
Yeah, because 2 points and 4 assists that's not a unicorn game for Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, but Tibbs don't roll that way, man. He's old school. You gotta earn your keep. Or as David Fisdale once famously said, you got to keep what you kill.
David Fisdale somewhere printing t-shirts, bro.
Hey, Greeny,
Yeah.
I'll give you.
He at Whole Foods. He's a cashier at Whole Foods
right now with that green apron on.
Exactly.
Greeny, I'll give you, or I'll paraphrase a quote that Tibbs had, where people were talking about Mikal, and he's like, Mikal has an established baseline. He has a body of work. He's seen it before. Yeah. He can conjure it up. He can look it up on YouTube, whatever tape he has. And then he put this, like he said this directly compared to like he's not a rookie. He literally said he's not a rookie when he was talking about McCall in
Yep.
terms of establishing himself.
And in terms
So
of
so Tibbs
Mikhail's
is not
shot,
going to be
he
moved
said
by
that when
one
Bridges' shot
game.
was off. Remember Bridges' shot was off?
Yeah,
That's when he said that.
yeah. Tibbs is not going to be moved by one game, even if it is against probably. Well, they are the best defense in basketball, even without Chet right now. Like he's not going to be moved off of that.
No.
So it takes more than that for Tibbs to even think that. And then the reason why a lot of times Tibbs even moves on to a player, it takes an injury that forces him to play a guy, and then that guy has to play 5-10 game intervals and prove themselves within those things. And then we don't even know what happens in practice as well.
Right. But
We ain't there to see that.
so Greeny, to your point though, think about the question. So if Tyler Kolek comes out and balls out, say he gets 20 and 10 off the bench, hits the game winner over Lou Dort in double overtime, right? Say the dream scenario happens. You know what that does to Tyler Kolek? That means Tyler Kolek came off the bench and played against the best defense in the NBA at the moment. At the moment, they're the best defense in the NBA, right? At the moment, they also have perennial lockdown defenders, all NBA caliber defenders on that team at his position, right? So if Tyler Kolek does that against Lou Dort, if Tyler Kolek gets in the torture chamber and roasts Lou Dort, we have to have a different conversation after that game. Beyond, is he a rotation player?
This is what I would say. That was my question. That was really my question.
But think about but you're asking the dream scenario, right?
I mean, hey, look at Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride was a dream scenario. Deuce McBride was a dream scenario. His minutes and his points and his efficiency in the first season when we first seen him playing to now, it's kind of unicorn. We don't see that every day in the NBA.
I was going to say another thing it might make him is trade bait.
Trade bait, bro. He gone, bro.
And the reason why I say that is that the timeline that we're currently on to win this chip, when we look at all the players that we have, Kolek isn't on that timeline.
Kolek is an older rookie, though.
Not to say that Kolek won't be a good player in this league, but right now this is Brunson's team, and Brunson's running the show, and ain't nothing gonna change in the next few years the way this is set up. So Kolek is only gonna get limited minutes. If it's a situation where he wants to get some minutes, it's probably going to end up being another Quickly situation when his contract is up, where they're going to end up shipping him out somewhere to get some value back so that Kolek can not only get paid, but he can also get some playing time.
Or he'll be Jalen Brunson, or he'll be Brunson.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Kolek will be Jalen Brunson's successor. That's definitely, like, they're both left-handed. Kolek is more of a point guard than Brunson. If Kolek just learns the offensive game from Brunson, we're looking at a really good point guard, better than Deuce McBride.
Yeah, but
I guess this is the conversation y'all trying to have. Are we trying?
Hey, let's be real now. Let's be real.
I will just say this: that Kolek, okay, it's going to be. He's not going to overtake Jalen Brunson. We all know that. Let's make that clear. Is he going to elevate himself through his work ethic and all that he does on the court to backup point guard? Yeah, there's a possibility for that. I mean, Campaign is really only on a 1-year deal, so I mean, we have to see how that plays out.
And we've had Brunson on 4K literally saying about Kolek is just a matter of time. Like, he said it himself, Brunson.
Yeah, true. And that could have been said when we look back with Quickly as well. And now look at Quickly. Matter of fact, he just came back tonight and he was the catalyst in helping Toronto beat the Nets.
But I'll say this: Kolik can be a contributor to a winning basketball team. It's just a matter of time. I don't think he's saying Kolik's gonna come in and play 30 minutes a night, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I
Not
would
on this
agree with that.
contract.
Yeah, I would agree with that
Maybe his second
assessment.
contract.
Yeah.
No. This season, in day and age, right now, 2025, I want Payne playing for Kolek. I'm just putting it out there. If Kolek starts to step up, what are we gonna do? We're gonna send him back to the doghouse when we see him impacting our team to make it better, or like, you know, that's just my only question. I just want to put hypotheticals out there.
I'll phrase it like this: We were in a lost season a couple years ago, and Quickly was still coming off the bench behind Alec Burks,
Yep.
and we were 10 games plus under 500.
Yep.
You,
We
the
finished
things
the
you're
season
asking to Tom
37 and
Thibodeau are
45.
that's just
It,
not gonna
it
happen.
ain't. Yeah, it ain't gonna fly with him. Nope. He old school. It don't
Because we
work like
already
that.
knew what Quickly could be or what he was going to be eventually. We saw the flashes, and he still didn't start him when the
Yep.
season was over. We
It,
were eliminated, and he still didn't start him.
to end to, well in my respects as regards to the Kohler conversation, it's I find a lot of similarities to Quickly. Whereas, yeah, he's
I
coming
don't.
up and he's gonna do, but he's not gonna take over New York. Not he's not gonna be the
I
New
don't
York
want him to
Knicks
take
starting
over New
point
York.
guard.
I don't want him to be over Brunson. I do want him to be Brunson's backup, though. That's why I think Campaign's on a 1 year deal.
Yeah, he may elevate himself to that point, but
That is a
time will
very
tell.
sneaky way, Greeny. I knew you were doing that, bro. You knew
Time
I
will
knew
tell.
you were throwing Deuce under the bus when you asked that question, bro.
Time will
Cash,
tell.
Listen, I'm just.
why y'all don't like Deuce?
I love Deuce. You know I love Deuce. Deuce is my guy. Deuce is my guy. I do love Deuce, and I've always been Deuce since he got drafted. It's just Kolek is. I think Kolek's better.
What it is that with Deuce, I think as what's coming to fruition with Deuce right now is Deuce is not a true point guard. He's more of a hybrid. He could do some ball handling, but he's more of a two guard than he is a point guard. His instincts is more of a shooting guard than a point guard.
Right. But it's not like y'all have not seen it. Y'all don't remember Avery Bradley?
Deuce is a two-way point guard.
Yeah, y'all remember Avery Bradley from the Boston Celtics?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember him? 6'2",
Yeah.
athletic,
Yeah.
not a point guard.
No, and a hell of a defender.
Yeah.
Yeah, a hell of a defender.
Yeah.
Yep.
The thing with Deuce is Deuce has a place. The only thing though is if you bump Deuce out of that place and put him in another place, what do you do with the dude that Deuce bumped out of that place? Right? Like if you put Kolek in the rotation and bump Deuce off the ball, what do you do with Cameron Payne?
Cameron Payne's out of here in 1 year.
If you keep Cameron Payne for veteran leadership, then what do you do with Landry Shamet? And then if you play all four, then what do you do with Precious? Because now you got Landry Shamet playing the 4 on a second unit.
Yeah, you can't have that. And don't forget
Right.
Mitch. And don't forget Mitch is coming back. So you got another somebody else. Because remember,
All
we
right,
ain't
so
touching the
now you're making my case even better because who's gonna play better with Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride Campaign or Tyler Kolek?
Oh my God, bro! Mitchell, bro. Wise, you see,
I don't even want to talk about Mitchell Robinson. I don't even want to bring Mitchell Robinson's name up for real.
You see, I would be talking about Mitchell Robinson invades every conversation, and Mitchell Robinson won't be back until February. Mitchell Robinson legit is 28 days away, bro, from us seeing what he looks like. We don't even know what he's playing like right now.
Yeah, he's just jogging. He's just jogging in practice.
That man, man. Y'all remember what Mitchell Robinson looked like after he come back from injury? I mean, this is like the 4th time. Every time Mitch come back, he need 3 weeks to get back into playing shape. So even when he come back, you know what I'm saying, we got to give him some time, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And when it comes to Mitchell Robinson, I be like, man, let's respect that man and respect the process and let that man get healthy and come back and get back into playing shape so that we could, you know what I'm saying, see what we got with Mitch. You know what I'm saying? But to assume
I don't want nobody in the chat thinking I'm not Deuce. I love Deuce. Deuce is my guy. Trust me. I'm a Deuce guy. I just want our team to be as best as it possibly can be. That's all.
Yeah, but when you talk about moving Deuce for Kolek, I think you only looking at one side of the ball too.
Yeah.
Like
Great.
because Kolek got to work on his
can't be
defense.
looking at the
Yeah,
defense
because
side of
Kolek
the ball.
definitely got to work on his defense. But right now,
Yeah,
as
of
I
course.
look at 24 and 10, man, I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Just let it ride the way it is.
Yeah.
Kolek has to definitely improve his defense. True, like that's a fact. But I'm not like I'm definitely giving a hypothetical, but I'm also like campaign is playing this year. I'm not trying to put Kolek in there now and I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm just saying eventually Tyler Kolek is gonna be that backup point guard. Like that's definitely gonna happen. It's just definitely gonna happen.
It should, but he got to show up some things, like, and he got to be able to do it consistently before Tibbs play him.
Yeah,
I think Tibbs just got to play him. Like I think that's the thing right there. Like if he don't play them, then he can never evaluate them.
But you got to figure out how much you really think he gonna play with Brunson getting at least 34 minutes a game. You just saying the rest of the minutes should go to him over Deuce.
No.
Deuce done proved it.
Yeah, I'm not saying he should get all the minutes. Like just give Tyler the minutes and let him. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like right now while Deuce is out, while Deuce is hurt right now, like while Deuce is out and we don't know what Deuce coming. While Brunson is hurt, we don't know what's coming back from Brunson. We need Kolek to step up, and if Kolek shows that he can run that second unit without Brunson, it's like why can't we give him a chance?
Right,
we gave Deuce a chance.
I'm gonna throw a wrench into your conversation. What about Landry Shamet? I ain't talking about in terms of handling the ball. I'm talking about in terms of playing time.
Bro, I think
I like Landry Shamet. If you ask me, I like Landry Shamet,
bro. Because an NBA in a regular season game, you only get 240 minutes.
Yep.
You only get 240 minutes, bro. That's it. I mean, these guys. If you're talking about like I think the real question is in this moment. I think the real question is, for Tom Thibodeau is, should Landry Shamet be playing or should you be playing Pakam Dadier? Right.
That's true.
And it's not because Pakam Dadier is the better player. It's Pakam Dadier, and I like Shamet too. I'm warming up to Landry Shamet, right? But Pakam Dadier offers you a thing that you can't get out of Shamet, Deuce, or Kolek. And that's size.
Now, if you go in there, I'm going with my boy Pac-Man. I want Dadier to play, for real.
Right.
I've been wanting him to play 18 games ago.
The dude
I agree with you, Freeze.
6'8", 6'9", right? And you can play him with Precious. That's your 9-man rotation. Your 9-man rotation would be in that scenario Deuce, Cameron Payne, Pakam Dadier, Precious, right? When Mitch comes back, you send Pakam Dadier back to the mothballs and you play Mitch and Precious with them. But until Mitch gets back, I think the solution should be not get smaller, but get bigger until your big man comes back. To me, the thought of running 5 midgets on a second unit, no disrespect to the midgets out there, but 4 guys, 6'4" and under, and Precious.
I think
right. We're talking about Deuce, Kolek, Cam, Shamet, and
I wouldn't even think about that lineup with Kolek. Like if Kolek is coming off the bench, I'm staggering the minutes of the starters to play with some of the bench players. I'm not just gonna have those like. That's just my game plan. I don't know how Tibbs will go about it, but I would definitely not have Cam, Sham, Kolek, and McBride out there. It wouldn't be all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Precious.
I think
No
Tibbs
way.
is still.
No
I
way.
think Tibbs is still grooming up his bench though. That's why we've been seeing a lot of different combinations, and we're wondering like why he ain't going to some of the young guys. But I think he's still just mixing and matching to see what his final rotation is going to be later.
Yeah.
All right,
The-
I have a thought as to who that's going to be. It's going to be Campaign. It's going to be McBride.
Mitch.
It's going to be Shamit, Mitch, and Precious. Because you got to have size on the back end to make up for the midgets as referred to on the
They
front
call
side.
little people now, bro.
Hmm?
They little people.
Little people.
Little
Yes.
people. Yeah.
Yes. Because if you have Mitch and Precious at the 4-5, that makes up for them short guys up front.
But those short guys could defend on the perimeter, and they could defend and rebound on the back line and get out in transition.
The short guys can't rebound. That's Precious' job, and that's Mitch's
No, I
job.
said they could
That's not what he
defend
said,
on
bro.
the perimeter,
Okay.
and the big guys could defend
Yeah.
on the back.
Yeah. On the back end, yeah.
So we could get out in transition and run. So we have to play less half court with the bench also.
Yeah.
On our good night.
Are we calling Kolick a defender now?
No, because Kolick is not in that equation.
Kolick is not okay.
Kolick's not in that equation.
Okay. Kolick ain't
I'm
there.
ready to say. I was like, what happened?
Kolick's not in that equation,
bro.
Yep.
Yeah, me and
That's
Cass,
just
we
my
see an
take.
alike on that one. We see alike on that one.
Yep.
So
that
y'all
would
think
be
Tibbs
it.
is gonna run a 10-man rotation?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be 10 man because as you see, like a lot of the bench guys or the guys we consider the bench guys is still running with. He's mixing them up all together with the starters, but he's looking at the combinations I think that are working. Even in some of the games we're winning, some of the games we're losing, he's seeing what works, what doesn't work, and he's probably just visualizing in his head how he's gonna go further once he gets the full contingent. I think. Go ahead.
My fault. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Tibbs is not going 10 man. Tibbs is gonna replace Precious with Mitch, and then call that a day, and move forward.
I don't think it's gonna be so cut and dry, right?
I'm saying the role that you see Sims in right now, that's gonna be Precious when Mitch comes back.
I just think I agree with you. I just think it's gonna be a situational 9-man rotation.
I'm with Wise.
If you understand what I'm saying.
I'm with Wise.
Yep, situational run, man. Yep.
It's gonna be a 9-man rotation regardless, but I think that it's gonna be a situational 9-man rotation depending on who we playing.
I don't think.
I think it might be an 8-man situational. With Precious being a situational.
I don't think Shamit is better than Precious, bro. I think Tibbs trusts Precious more than he trusts Shamit. Based on everything that y'all said, right? Based on all the qualifications, all the qualifiers y'all had added to the conversation, the one dude that has been with Tibbs long enough and Tibbs trusts and been to the playoffs with is Precious. The one dude that Tibbs doesn't know is Landry Shamit. And based on what Dre said about Mikal Bridges' resume, Landry Shamit doesn't have a resume like Mikal Bridges, right? So Shamit can't just walk in the door and take a rotation spot from us at a position of need and from a guy that Tibbs already went to the playoffs with.
Hold on, Freezy. Hold on.
No, I know. I'm not holding on.
Landry Shamit has been
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Love is gone, and that's no lie.
Landry Shamit has been a rotational player on several playoff teams. Not just 1 year. This is was Precious' first time ever in the playoffs?
Right.
Last year.
Okay.
Shamit has been a rotational player on multiple playoff teams.
With Tibbs.
Not with Tibbs, in general.
Okay. See,
in general, and I use that Mikal thing as a baseline because Tibbs thinks that about role players as well. That's why Campaign is.
I never heard him say that about a role player, bro. That's why I didn't use it.
Hey man, the way Campaign does some things that makes absolutely no sense, and Tibbs still goes to him. it makes me err on that side where he's still trusting. And if he sees he doesn't have it at the beginning of the games, then he benches him or rests him or puts him down. But he gives him a chance in every game, at least a half. If he ain't got it, he don't play the second half.
So you think Tim's going to play two of those dudes like that?
Yeah.
He did campaign like that on the last Wizards game. He played like 5 minutes in the first quarter, and that was it.
Multiple games where they came in the first half and didn't play in the second half.
See, Freeze, that's why I said I think it's going to be a situational 9-man rotation because depending on who we playing, like, first of all, the 9-man rotation is always, for the most part, going to be somebody from the starters in the lineup, too. Do we agree on that? Because for it to be a 9-man rotation, one of the 5 out of the starters got to be on the floor, too.
That's why I say 8-man situational.
So that's why I think it's going to vary, even though we're going to have like pretty much 9 men. But you might have somebody on the outside that this game, he's just going to go to you and be like, all right, Freeze, Dre getting your minutes today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. The reason why I don't see it though, dog, is I understand and respect everybody's point of view in this. I do, for real. Like, I understand everybody's perspective. But the thing about it is the practical part. Are we asking Tom Thibodeau to make adjustments all season long to his rotation?
But if you're going to play 9 men, that's what you got to do.
I think that's what great coaches do. They adjust according to the situations.
I don't think, in my opinion, based on what I've seen from Tibbs in these 4+ seasons, I think that's the opposite of what Tibbs does.
Yes, he's not an adjustment coach.
Based on my experience watching Tom Thibodeau, he is slow to make rotational adjustments unless injuries make him make adjustments. Y'all agree, or do y'all see Tom Thibodeau making adjustments to his?
No, I agree
all the time.
I agree with you, Freeze. I think that if we stay healthy, though, that's what it's gonna come down to. Like last year, we didn't stay healthy, where he had an opportunity to show how he could go into the roster because we kept losing people, but we was adding on people going into the playoffs. So what's the purpose of adding those players going into the playoffs if we wasn't going to plan on using them? So I'm thinking this year it might be different. We didn't really get a chance to see him go into that bag last year. And the teams before that weren't really deep enough.
Right. And on top of that, you have not seen Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns together. So not only do you have to give Cat and Mitch time to work things out, a flow, right? Because both of them are good at what they do. Like, Mitch ain't gonna change because Cat here, and Cat ain't gonna change because Mitch come back, right? But they have to see how they play. They have to get a flow for each other, right? Because maybe Cat can play some 4 when Mitch comes back. Maybe. Do we want to see it? Nah, because we don't want Cat getting hurt trying to guard Jason Tatum. We don't want to see stupidness like that. Like, we don't want to see Karl Anthony Towns chasing around Cam Johnson. That's ridiculous. You don't want to see that, right? You don't want to see Cat trying to guard Pascal Siakam, right? We don't want to see craziness like that, right? What we'd like to see, though, is for Mitch to establish his baseline and do the things that he normally does. We don't need Mitch to be a greater player than he was before he got injured. Now, if he comes back as that, that's gravy, right? But we don't need him to try to be there if it's not there organically, right? And then on top of that, now we're talking about what if Tyler Kolek obliterates OKC, right? And then moving Deuce to the small forward. And then on top of all of that, they're running a 10-man rotation.
No.
All of that, and Dre, all of that, right? All of that with 47 games left to go in the regular season.
Time is
That's a lot,
dwindling
right?
down, right? It's
That's a lot,
definitely
You
right?
got like
slowly going down.
yeah. And then if you look at it like Mitch will be back on 20 games, then you got 20 more games of evaluating with him and trying to figure out how the it's gonna be tough.
Right.
One
Yeah.
one thing that's proved true with his track record, though, and I have to agree with Freezy in terms of Tom Thibodeau, he's very resistant to change. I
Right.
mean, he already has a certain mindset on what he does, so he's not going to experiment or juggle a lot. He's going to roll with what has been working. So if
Yeah.
that's been working with him, I mean, I know, we all have our opinions. I mean, I have mine too, which I think he should expand this, that, and the other. But Tom Thibodeau is, he is who he is, and that's how he gonna roll the dice. That's how he get down. So we got to live with that.
As a coach, I think we all, as a coach, if you want to coach somebody, you gotta establish your principles. And I think once you establish certain principles and you get people to buy into it, you can't just switch it on the fly like that. Like I think it would be hard for him to just snatch Deuce out of the rotation if that was to occur, just hypothetically. But I mean, we seen stuff happen in the NBA. So I mean, Mike Brown got fired the other day too. So stuff happens.
Yeah, but there's a backstory to that. I'm waiting for that to come out. There was something up with that. But I mean, that's how it goes in the league, man.
The league
That's
is
how it goes in the
crazy.
league. Yeah. There's something up with that, man. I'll wait for, as they say, you wait for the other shoe to drop.
Yep.
So just got to just sit in the cut and wait and see.
As far
Yeah.
as the Kolick signing went, it was a lot. Even like the amount of money that we gave him was a big deal from the beginning. So it always was a little, I ain't gonna say controversy, but people always had eyes on what Kolick was gonna do and what the Knicks was gonna do with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, like I say, it could be another quickly situation. We have to wait and see. I don't know. We don't know. Time will tell.
well, I liked Quickly a lot, but I like how the Quickly situation turned out for us. So if that's how it happens again, so be it.
Yeah. Yeah. Quickly got his money. He's balling. I mean, even though he was hurt, but he balling out. So, more power to him.
RJ went home and we got OG. He got
Yeah.
the biggest bag in I think Knicks history
Yeah. Hey.
so far.
Yeah. Yeah. He earning it right now.
So I mean, we all got what we wanted out of it. So if that could happen with Kolick some way down the line, I wouldn't be averse to it.
Well, right now, we just want to just keep focused so we can get this chip, man. It ain't gonna be easy getting this chip, but we doing the right things right now. We good. We in a good place. Just let's just hope our Knicks fans, man, we don't get delusional, man. I know it's hard, man. It's been a long time. I mean, for many of us,
I'm not.
man,
I'm not gonna
diehard
say
Knicks
nothing
fans.
about the Tyler Kolick situation no more. But I will say this last point: Tyler Kolick is better than T.J. McConnell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you
So
want to just
then,
compare to the players,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think
that's
he'll
just
have a
my
better
last one.
career. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, he's gonna be good, but it ain't gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be with the Knicks. Not with Brunson running the show, because Brunson ain't going nowhere for at least the next 5 years.
Greeny wildin', bro. Greeny wildin', bro. Did you get a Tyler Kolick tattoo, bro?
He's not better than T.J. McConnell. Don't do that.
I don't think he better than TJ McConnell. Bro. Really? Bro, nah, bro.
Not right now, but he will be.
He played
I'm
enough
thinking. I'm
games.
thinking. I'm thinking in terms of his longevity, he will be, but not at the moment. No.
Like coming off the bench running an offense, T.J. McConnell is not better than Tyler.
Right now. Right
Right
now.
now, he might. Yeah, right now the veteran is. Right now, it's the same thing with Campaign. Campaign better than Tyler Kolick right now. It's just what I mean. It's the same thing with TJ McConnell and Cam. Like they're better right now, but when Brunson sit behind, when Coley sit behind Brunson for these 2 years, I think we're gonna have a really good backup point guard.
Yeah,
I think we got one now. It's just he's not developed enough.
well, the thing with Kolek, he has longevity and upside on his side, which like you said, for him to develop. So, but you're looking at his projections, but right now we have to look at his reality, and his reality right now is he is who he is, and that's where he is, and so that's how it is. Or as the old
It's
song,
tough.
as the old song goes, as we all know, it's like that, and that's the way it is. Huh.
Oh,
You're right.
yeah.
Yep.
You're definitely right.
Yep. Kolick will be, but that's future tense. But right now, it's like that, and that's the way it is.
Kolek's all right.
Kolek is killing.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be a superstar, but he'll be a good facilitator, good guard. Good this that. Definitely an asset to a ball club. So. But yeah, man, I just want to focus on getting this chip, man. Keeping this thing going. If we lose Friday, hey, like we said, it's another game. But then we got to play Chicago on Saturday. So it's like, if you lose to OKC, beat Chicago, hey, I'm looking for these next 2 games coming up this coming weekend. I'm looking for us to get the split. If we get the split, that's good. I don't think we're gonna win both games. But if we go 1-1, that's fine. I just don't want to go 0-2. Keep stacking these
What you're
wins.
saying is so true. Like we'll
Keep
lose
stacking
tonight
these wins.
we'll lose on Friday against OKC and win 10 straight, and Knicks will still be tied.
Yeah, that goes back to what you said earlier, Freezy's like, over the last some odd games, what was it, 19-4? I think you quoted or something like that, man. Some crazy number. So we good, man. We good.
I think we started the season 7-6, and if you look at it now, we're 23-10.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we good, man. We are good. Just keep stacking wins, keep moving them pieces, and that's it, man. We good.
So that Tyler Kolek conversation tired y'all out, huh?
Yeah, it's over, man. we gotta let it go. I know he probably need to
Yeah, I
get
had
it
to
out of
let
his
that go.
system, which is nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah,
we gotta
man.
keep up. I'm just saying right now, we just gotta keep our eye on the prize, and that's the chip, man. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Keep on developing this championship pedigree, man. Keep building, keep stacking. Build that bag up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm liking
It's a new year.
about this streak.
It's a new year. Build wins, build your bag, live your life. Celebrate it, man.
Yeah, man.
We need the Timberwolves to come through tomorrow. They beat the Celtics. We move in a second.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Build positive habits, destroy bad habits, man. It's how you evergreen. It's how you stay fresh.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
all right, y'all.
I'm
gonna get out of here because I gotta be on the clock at 7:00. So I'm gonna end right here, man. I'm gonna thank everybody though for coming through and hanging out with us. Great win tonight by the Knicks. Great to see DJ Cash.
Salute to all. Salute to all.
Cash.
And the rest of the homies, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'll holler at y'all sometime tomorrow, y'all. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.